Stop wasting your time on this girl, okay? Or at least, if you recognize your situation in one or more of the points I'm about to list, promise me you'll seriously consider it. Deal? Hello, everyone. I'm your number one coach for understanding and satisfying women. But today, we won't talk much about how to satisfy women. We'll talk more about how to satisfy men and save your time and energy. It's time to stop. Sometimes you need to be able to tell yourself, okay, we're done with this woman, moving on, sending her to next, very clearly. It's never pleasant, because this woman might have very significant advantages, doesn't she? After all, perhaps you've become attached to her because you've been pursuing her for some time, you've known her for a long time, and she's become almost a part of your daily life. Therefore, it's difficult to imagine your daily routine without her. Or perhaps it's hard for you because it seems that if you let her go, although you feel there might still be a chance, you risk ending up completely alone due to a lack of other options. In short, it's not always easy, but sometimes you have to make this decision if you want to move forward, if you truly want to. Firstly, don't waste your time on a woman who talks a lot about her ex, even if she's just recounting what a terrible scoundrel he was. It's even worse if she claims all her exes were jerks. Don't waste your time on such women, because if they're still talking about it, it means the emotions are still very fresh. This means they have unhealed wounds, and there's a high probability you'll just become an emotional band-aid for her. In short, such women are actually emotionally unavailable. So if she constantly talks about it, not only do you risk not taking a full place by her side, but also her regular victim stance could be a harbinger of other problems in the future. So be careful. Secondly, the madam talks a lot, but in reality she does nothing. This shows that she is not entirely sincere. Usually it is women who reproach men for this, and during the seduction phase, it is very interesting to observe a woman who supposedly invests heavily in communication. That is, she actively makes plans, seems completely involved, promises a lot verbally. We could do this, we could do that, and so on. But in reality, nothing follows from this. Or, there are women who present you with an unpleasant surprise. They say, I'm this, I'm that, I love doing this, I love doing that. And when you see them in person, not at all, absolutely nothing in common with their words. It's a big disappointment. Beware of women who have a huge gap between what they say and what they do, between what they would like and what they actually do. Either they are obvious liars, or they say all this just to please you. They understood that in the game of seduction, you need to tell the other person what they want to hear. Why not? But everything has its limits. You shouldn't cross the line. We don't engage in seduction to be 100% fake, otherwise everything can end badly, so protect yourself from this. Or perhaps these are women who are simply incapable of serious relationships. They live in fantasies, telling you about what they would like to experience, but in reality, they are unable, unwilling, and lack the strength to get involved in anything more. Essentially, they only dream, living in their own Disney world in their heads, and that's where it all ends. Third, stop wasting your time chasing a woman who is never or almost never available for you, but is completely available for everything else. She has a ton of other activities, a ton of friends, a ton of worries. In reality, this is a woman who is already independent enough, apparently too independent, since she can't find a place for you next to her, or at least a place that would satisfy you. If this woman cannot make time for you, perhaps she is content with that herself. But if that is not enough for you, it is obvious that you are incompatible, and you will suffer from this situation. A woman who has no time for you, not enough time, who has no room for you in her schedule, no energy for you, and so on, but has time for everything else. This is a woman who is not investing 100%. Do not waste your time on her. You are starting from unequal footing. This will not work. Fourth, a bit of the same tune. If you are in love with a woman who constantly tells you, I'm super busy, I'm up to my ears in work, I can't take it anymore, I don't know what to grab onto, who rushes back and forth, and this is true, most likely, pure truth, well, this is a woman who simply has no room for a man. If she can't even sort herself out, how do you think she'll manage with you? No, you just appeared at the wrong moment in her life. Maybe her whole life has been a complete mess and always will be, which means the right moment will never come. But this is her business, her problem, not yours. In any case, this is a woman who is emotionally and physically unavailable to you. Don't waste your time trying to win yourself a place. You will struggle, you will thrash about like a fish out of water, but you will never ever find a place for yourself. Fifth, a woman who doesn't care about you is a woman who doesn't deserve your attention, your time, your energy, or anything from you at all. If she's not interested in you, not interested in what's going on in your life, if she doesn't even try to do a small favor you ask for, provide some information, no matter what it is. If she essentially doesn't give a damn about you, if you share something personal, for example, that things aren't going well for you or a problem has arisen, and instead of listening and trying to find a solution with you, she starts saying that she doesn't like it when you have problems because a man should be strong, a man shouldn't have problems at all. In short, you understand what kind of people these are. Get rid of her, that's all. I have nothing more to add here. Resign her. We're ruthless today, don't you think? It's something new, isn't it? Sometimes it's even useful. All right, let's move on. Sixth, the madam does not try to be pleasing to you, physically pleasing. In other words, she doesn't dress up specifically for you, doesn't make an effort in her clothing, or for example in makeup, hairstyle, and so on. She doesn't pay particular attention to how she carries herself. Understand? I looked at myself on the monitor just now, and it distracted me a bit, but oh well. Or she simply doesn't try to say what you like, doesn't try to be pleasant in her words. She doesn't try to talk to you normally, respect you, listen, no matter what it is. She simply doesn't try to be pleasant. And if she doesn't try to be pleasant, it means she's not trying to please you. And if she's not trying to please you, it means she doesn't like you. Don't waste your time on women who are unreceptive and uninterested in you. Seventh, if you regularly quarrel and get on each other's nerves, even if these are not necessarily major scandals, but the lady often withdraws into herself, sulks, looks displeased, reproaches you for something. In short, something is always wrong. Guys, this is just the beginning of the relationship. So no, this is unacceptable. If she gets on your nerves from the very beginning, what will happen next? Don't waste your time on such women. Perhaps this particular woman is just a thorn in the side on her own and behaves this way with everyone, always. It's exhausting. But if you like such character traits, great. Go ahead, no problem. The main thing I want to convey is that often similar minor conflicts, misunderstandings, the fact that she constantly teases and provokes you. This can be her communication style, whether it suits you or not. Okay, but often it's a sign of strong hidden incompatibility. That's what you need to look at. I'm not exactly directly condemning the girl's character right now, although it could be about that. I'm rather saying that if communication problems constantly arise between you, it means there is incompatibility. Everything will be very difficult later, because you are too different. Just imagine, you are at the very beginning of a relationship, at a time when everyone usually tries. You have to make an effort, and if even with effort you drive each other crazy, what will happen later? Eighth, we are talking about a woman who seeks approval from others, recognition, and especially from men, too much, perhaps even excessively. You see, such women can become a problem. If this suits you, then all the better. But I warn you, these are women who, some of them, most, in fact all of them, will flirt with everyone indiscriminately. This doesn't mean they will cross boundaries. It doesn't necessarily mean such a woman will cheat on you. It simply means she will seek approval elsewhere because you alone will be completely insufficient for her. So, decide for yourself whether you can tolerate this or not. From experience, I know that most of you cannot, which is why I will allow myself to warn you right at the beginning. If at the beginning of a relationship you notice that many men still revolve around this woman, that she enjoys being seductive, not just dressing up for herself, if she seeks the attention of others, if she gravitates towards men and continues to maintain such relationships, this will not change. And the fact that you are just starting out, and it seems like she can get away with it, doesn't mean that everything will be different later. This is simply a sign that in this regard she will be eternally unsatisfied, and you will never be able to fully satisfy her. Therefore, she will constantly seek the attention of others. This is difficult to endure, and in the future, it can bring a lot of problems to the relationship. Ninth, you understand that this woman is incapable of making even the slightest decision on her own. She is simply the queen of indecision. She always needs to call her parents, her best friend, or someone else, but never, for anything in the world, will she make a decision independently. She simply doesn't know what she wants. This is guaranteed trouble. Why? Because it is a clear indication of immaturity in many aspects. This means you are dealing with a person who most likely takes absolutely no responsibility. When we want to tie our lives to someone, we expect that person to be at least a little responsible. Otherwise, it will lead to problems. In general, I have warned you, it is better not to waste your time on such people and let them grow up. 10th, lies. You notice that she is quite the little liar. Be careful, not with you. At least she makes you believe that with you she is 100% honest, but you see her in action and understand that it's not a problem for her to lie to others, deceive others, cheat on her boyfriend with you. But with you, it's different. No, you know the truth. You stand behind the scenes and see how everything is arranged. Do you seriously believe that? Forgive me, this might sound a bit harsh, but understand this. If you see this woman lying to others, manipulating others, even in small things, she will do the same to you. Why should it be any different with you? I'm sorry to have to tell you this, but it would be too presumptuous of you to think that with you, and only with you, things would be different. No, they won't be. For today, I think I'll stop here. I believe we've spewed enough venom. Tell me, did you recognize anyone from your past or potential future relationships on this list? Write about it in the comments. If you have anything to add, points 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Don't hesitate. I'm a little afraid of what you might write there, but your additions could be very interesting and inspiring. Thank you for watching until the end. See you soon.